Hello dear students, welcome back to our YouTube channel. As you know that we are studying about the integral transform, in which we have completed our first and second chapter. In first chapter we have seen beta and gamma function, in which we have seen the definition of beta and gamma function. After that we have learned the properties and example based on beta and gamma function. After that we have completed our first chapter, that is Laplace transform, in which we have seen the definition of Laplace transform and Laplace transform of some basic functions. After that we have learned the properties and theorems based on Laplace transform, and we have studied numbers of examples which can be solved by the using of properties and theorems by Laplace transform. Now, in previous lecture we have started our third chapter, that is inverse Laplace transform. Inverse Laplace transform. In inverse Laplace transform we have seen how to define the inverse Laplace transform, and we have seen the null function, and we have seen linearity property. Now we will see first and second shifting theorem in this lecture. So we have theorem. The first theorem is first shifting theorem. Correct. Let's see the statement of the first shifting theorem. After the statement, you will see. After the statement, we will try to prove the statement, and the statement is given as if the statement if L inverse of f of s is equals to f of t, then prove that L inverse of f of s minus a is equals to e raised to at f of t. We have the statement of first shifting theorem as if L inverse or Laplace inverse of f of s is equals to f of t, then prove that inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is equals to e raised to at f of t. We have shifting theorem, first shifting theorem. We are shifting function from f of s to f of s minus a. We are shifting the parameter from s to s minus a, where a may be positive or negative. So, since we are shifting this parameter from s to s minus a, that's why we call it as first shifting theorem. Correct? Now, let's see how to prove this theorem. Since we know that since we know Laplace transform of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. We already know the definition of Laplace transform as Laplace transform of f of t is equals to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt. Since we have to find f of s minus a, so we can write it as, or we can write it as f of s, correct? Now if we want to convert this f of s as f s minus a, f of s minus a means we are putting here, instead of writing s we have to write s minus a. So the integral becomes integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus, since parameter is s here, we write s here. Now parameter change from s to s minus a, so we can write here s minus a t as it is, f of t as it is, and dt as it is. Correct? We have just replaced parameter s by s minus a, and we have converted the definition of Laplace transform, replacing parameter s by s minus a. Correct? Now since f of s minus a is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus s t, minus minus become plus a t f of t and t. We have e raised to minus st plus at f of t dt. Correct? Now if we write this equation as e raised to at e raised to minus st f of t dt, and since we know that integration from 0 to infinity e raised to st f of t dt, so we can write it as e raised to at Laplace transform of e raised to at f of t, because it is integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt is the Laplace transform of f of t. We have e raised to at with this function, so we can write it as Laplace transform of e raised to at f of t, and if we shift Laplace transform or Laplace operator to left hand side, or applying inverse Laplace transform to both sides, we will get inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is equal to inverse Laplace transform and Laplace transform operator both get cancelled. We will get e raised to at f of t, and it is the required result for our first shifting theorem, that inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is equal to e raised to at f of t. Correct? Now we have completed our proof. The proof is very easy. Just you start with the definition of Laplace transform, and we know that the Laplace transform of f of t is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt, which is equal to f of s, and capital F of s indicates that it is the Laplace transform of small f of t. Since we have f of s is equal to integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt, so we are replacing the parameter s by s minus a. So wherever the s in the expression, we will replace that s by s minus a. So that's why we have converted minus s by minus s minus a. Correct? And just simplifying this, we will get integral from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st plus at f of dt, correct? And if we, since we know that a raised to m plus n is equals to a raised to m into a raised to n, by the law of indices, we can write it as e raised to at e raised to minus st f of t dt. And integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus st f of t dt is definition of Laplace transform. So we can write Laplace transform of e raised to at f of t. Correct? And applying inverse Laplace transform operator on both sides, or we can shift this Laplace transform operator to left hand side. Then we will get inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is equals to e raised to at f of t, and it is the required result for the first shifting theorem. Now, for second shifting theorem, we will prove in the same manner. Before going to prove or state that theorem, you must remember the main part of this, that inverse Laplace transform of f of s minus a is always e raised to at f of t. And if we have, similarly, if we have inverse Laplace transform of f of s plus a, so we will get e raised to minus at f of t. We have s minus a, we will get e raised to positive at, and we will get, if f of s plus a, we will get e raised to minus at. Vice versa, means if we are replacing operator s by s minus a, we will get e raised to at in positive, and if we replace s by s plus a, so we will get e raised to minus at. In next lecture, we will try to prove second shifting theorem. Till then, keep watching our videos. Thank you.